Hello everyone, welcome back. Time for more Murasaki. So last time we managed to defeat Rinko, the bonus boss, as Satsuki, but we left off with numerous things uncompleted. Namely, we didn't do all of the duels as Kairi, and there's the entire collection menu to attend to. And also we need to get either maximum score in Dream or a significantly high one. Essentially, this game contains a bonus scene if you fill out something like 95% of the collection menu. You don't have to do quite everything, but you need to do almost everything. I think it's specifically if you do everything but are never capable of beating the bonus boss, you can still see the scene. So by beating the bonus boss and getting the character description for Rinko and getting the extended character description by doing the same as Kairi and accepting all duels, that should get us a bit of headway. So we don't have to do literally everything else. In any case, though, I am hoping that I can do all of this in one session. I don't know if that's reasonable or not. We'll find out. Unfortunately, Murasaki does not track your progress for some of the things like kill X number of enemies, so we will just work at until we get it. If I sound a little out of breath, that's because I've been running back and forth. Okay. We'll do it in 5 minutes. 20 stages cleared as Kairi, 20 stages cleared as Satsuki. 1 through 5 in order as Kairi. I think that will be what we work on first. 1 through 5 as Kairi, and try and accept all duels along the way. In addition, we will try and do the mid-boss challenges. Okay. Audio seeming fine for everyone? My voice might be ever so slightly high. There. Oh yeah, and while no challenges actually require it, we could do unprotected mode, which, as a reminder, is a version of the game that allows you to... It's a harder remix of every level except for the bonus one. But let's get to it. I love bumping into walls. It's my favorite activity. It's my hyperfixation. I was messing around with Murasaki Tsurugi earlier because I needed to record a little bit of footage in order to ask a favor for my production work on the next episode. Or the sequel, the episode that's the sequel to this game. And gotta say, feels a little odd going back to the poor frame rate of this game. Wahoo! I also need to use bombs in general, so that's one of the challenges I know exists. Right, forgot to warn about flashing lights for that one. Apologies. Wow. So-called freethinkers win Beeble. See? Bull. Sorry to intrude. You imbecile! Ready yourself quickly! Huh? That's an enemy. She's so cool. Sometimes a girl is a flower. I have no intention of getting caught without a fight. He doesn't look like a bad person. You're not going to get devoured. I'll stop him even if it means devouring each other. Come to this, has it? I'm sorry, I might not be able to protect you. You don't have to protect me, but you mustn't give up. If we had given up halfway, we couldn't have joined up. You're right. Let's make one last flower bloom. Are you alright? I exposed you to needless danger. I have no regrets. Whatever lies ahead, as long as I'm with you. Hitless! Sometimes a girl is two girls. Sometimes a girl is like 16 girls. And a guy or two. Good enough. I'm doing it again, darn it. Sometimes it just hits me again how weird of a mechanic this is. Like, really take in what this game is doing. This is a bullet hell that's also billiards. And it's a resource management game because you need to decide when to expend versus when to let blocks build up. It's easy to forget just how bizarre of a concept this is and how unbelievably it works incredibly harmoniously. Cool. Oh. It's not over. Oh my god, I wonder if that's... That might disqualify me. That disqualifies me for sure. Oh well. We can work on that. Although I might... I wonder if I'm remembering that correctly. Was it really time out the mid-boss's patterns without getting hit or using specials? Or was I allowed to defeat the boss? Ooh. Do you remember Rinko's attack patterns? If so, that one might look a little familiar. I never thought the day would come when I would fight you outright like this. I shall come at you with all my power. Okay. And hey, this pattern. Once again, Rinko has this exact ability, but in a much stronger form. Although, once again, this guy's missing an arm, a wing, and, as we now know from Rinko and her descriptions during the duels, she also stole this guy's sword after he lost it from losing his arm to Ayame. Rinko is the super boss, yes. You were right about everything. If I could redo the last 2 years, could I change fate? That aside, you don't look too good. Are you alright? Ayame is the purple person that ambushes you at the start of stage 2 with the 5 trillion bullets, and Rinko is the one who you fight at the execution site. Take this week off. I shall destroy you in the slackness in your heart. I'll shatter you. Rinko did that too. We've been living in a well. All of us. Onto the lake. There's a secret in this level that I genuinely have zero idea how to trigger to this day. It extremely rarely happens, and the last time I played Murasaki, I was actually lucky enough to have it occur. I have literally zero clue what causes it though, so cross your fingers, I guess. I don't know how many more times we'll play this level, so it could be just random, but with this developer, I really doubt it. Katatema loves to, well, Tetsu loves to put arcane secrets into his games. Again, dubious if that's allowed, but we'll see. Wonder if that's allowed. It would certainly make things a lot easier. Ah well. My current working theory is that it's either score related or take no hits related. On the times where I've seen it occur, it's been on generally runs that I've been doing good. And then remind me after we get to the boss of this area to talk about the names of the three fish. Because there's a funny detail about the names of Rururu's three fish that is worth highlighting. Also, for a mystery that the collection list never actually addresses, and it's very important, anyone who happens to know what I'm talking about here, who has already solved this mystery, please do not give away the answer, okay? It's very important to me that people figure this out on their own. Yes, that means you too, Kippers. You worked it out off screen. So yes, the collection menu never directly addresses this, but you should be able to maybe figure this out at this point regardless. What are these enemies? What the hell are these things we're fighting? Like, why? Isn't it weird? This is the way I'm going. Me too, me too. Don't hang around. I thought I told you that. Got it. Let's get married. I'm going to kill you. And there it was. First try for the event that's random blind luck as far as I can tell. The same thing can happen with Kairi as well. If you're playing a Satsuki, Kairi can appear. How do you fare, sir? Great. Flashing lights. I can't remember the name of two of the fish, but one of them is Otsu. And I looked up a translation, and Ruru's fish are essentially named 1, 2, and 4. Take that how you will. How would you like me to tell your fortune? Hooray! Bum bada bum, ta-da! Great misfortune. Ruru's immortal fish are named 1, 2, and 4. Like, yeah, straight up. It's got 3 fish named 1, 2, and 4. Was there a 3? Maybe. If so, what happened to it? Where's that last fish, Ruru? Don't you understand? Your former majesty, you are by nature an outcast, a misfit. We similar people should live here. Do some fishing. Fishing, that might be good. But I think I prefer swimming. Even if you end up floundering in agony. Lost the last fish to old age despite them being immortal. I could see that. Immortality doesn't work quite that well. Still vulnerable to that. I'm getting a little concerned about my time limit here. Okay. You've done well. There's nothing for it. Take a close look at my greatest move. Am I understanding correctly that he just said, "Damn, you're pretty special, but check this out," dies? We'll take a look at those after we do everything here. And then as a reminder, if you manage to... The reason that the bosses are talking to us after we win the fight is only because I'm ending the level with something like 85% health or higher. I just noticed that those are spider lilies on the folding screen door. Or sliding door. Spider lilies are cool. There. Careful. Careful. Ooh. Okay, that one has to have counted. So yeah, folks. We might get a little bit of more insight over time as to what the answer is to that, but it'll never be directly spelled out. What the heck are the enemies in this game? So just throughout the span of the stream, just chew on that. It's actually something I never figured out until a friend pointed out to me, and I'm like, oh my god. Okay, get ready, clear all blocks. Now. Get rid of everything. Good. Don't know if I'm gonna get the bonus dialogue for this one, but heck, I might already be too low health. Was it you who disturbed my slumber? You wretched vermin! That's an interesting strat. You're one of those. You're one of those, aren't you? I'll curse you and hex you and hate you and resent you and detest you and envy you, and while I'm at it, I'll conquer the world. Eep. You're a disgrace to your name, Prince. I think I'm still within the boundary of... extremely angry butterfly lady. Whew. I feel awfully drowsy. The inactivity sickness? Could I take one of those wings as a memento? Just one. I'll murder you! Ah! Just when I was finally lost in sweet feelings. Well, I guess it can't be helped. It's not bad breathing the outside air for the first time in a year. Okay. So, about Kyrie's shoulder height is where the limit lies for bonus dialogue. I've gotten bonus dialogue on every stage so far. I'm really happy with my performance. See, there we go. That one counted. Nozomi Gahara. Let's make it 5 for 5. We'll see. Dun, 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 dun. Is there bonus dialogue for the bonus boss? I pray to God there isn't. But I will note that she does talk to you after the fight no matter what. Which would imply no, because that's not how it works anywhere else. but maybe. I can't rule it out. Ooh. Still doable. Jodariel. We know that the nation of Ni has been doing biological experiments for the sake of making weapons. We know at least one of these, via Kano, was turned into a flower. This implies that many of their experiments are plant-related. Lots of flowers and trees and branch and, like, turnip sort of visuals on those enemies. And lastly, we know that Ni was kidnapping so many people that they demanded every man in the nation, in the worldlet of Ni, and then started demanding women as well. Every single one of those enemies we've encountered was once a human. As I put it last time I played through this game, the sins of Ni are unforgivable. Is that even giving me points? It is. Okay. When we see the talk sprites for these characters, I want you to look closely at their necks. Oh? I thought you'd be here. What amazing deja vu. Come on, we don't have time for chatter. Okay, let's begin. How about you, Yuna? We're starting. Are you ready? Just don't hold us back, okay? Of course. After all, I've practiced quite a lot myself. Did you notice the thing about their necks? You have a couple more chances to notice. Yeah. The collection menu says that they were executed in a manner reminiscent of string instruments, to set an example. Not out of it yet. This isn't really good enough. Should I get serious soon? Let's go, Yuna. That might do it, unfortunately. If I take another hit, it's absolutely... But... It's pretty nostalgic, this feeling. The same thing has happened before, right? We need to thank Yuna, the one who drew everyone together. No, I didn't. I was just waiting. We need to give our wholehearted thanks to the ones who brought you all here. Using a ball of strength in front of an audience of 2. We're pretty great, aren't we? Maybe, but... It's not just the number of guests that's important, right? Yes, I agree. Besides, I'm sure Kairi will accept all of her passion. Yeah, that's it. Unfortunate. Not long now. All things come to an end. Clinging to something that is ended can sometimes feel good. But we're different. We have to finish soon. I have no regrets or doubts anymore. I'll just do what I want to do. May you be at peace. Satsuki. That's horribly irritating. Yeah. You're right. What is? Your refreshed face. How mean. You're a nuisance. Get lost. How mean. I'm going to sleep. Right here. Me too. Do what you want. Are you... Are you really you? Huh? Usually you'd be troubled and pessimistic, but now... You wouldn't be like this. I guess the answer to that question depends on the definition of my true self. I see. Alright. Quite a few things to look at in the collection menu. First off, we have some new bloodstains. Let's just look through all of them. Hey, Trendy. My clothes got covered in powder. This girl and I have seen each other before, but she forgot me. How sad. So cool. Hayaka was getting better and better. Wonder if I could have one. The red one. Also the black one. If you're always alone, you wouldn't get lonely, but... She just wouldn't listen to reason. I think Cozy should fix that flaw. Oh. Kozuyo. Cozy. Okay. The scenery, this music. Ugh, my brain. This was all calamity of my doing, destruction of my bringing. My heart was struck by your performance that day, and I pressed my unreasonable wishes upon you. Thinking about it now, this may have been a troublesome act, merely forcing my own selfish ideals on others. My impulsive actions troubled you, hurt you, and in the end brought about the worst results. It's always like this. My experiments to change the present and create a better future all backfired. I lacked foresight and the ability to see the bigger picture. You weren't tools, I realized too late. I placed a heavy burden on Kairu through my disappearance. My brother became a puppet, and I couldn't keep him from bringing about the worst of situations. I was so hopeless, but your kind voices called out to me, and that alone rescued me. Story A, Part 1. While inspecting a key site, a prince overheard a performance by the quartet, and was spellbound. He invited the four to his birthday festival, asking them to perform a piece. He thought that showing the four worldlets in harmony could express his ideals, unaware that in others' eyes this was seen as an unthinkably reckless act. The quartet gladly accepted for the prince's sake, practicing repeatedly for that day. Those were fulfilling days, but just before the festival, a great disaster occurred. The prince was considered dead, and the festival was changed into one for his younger brother. The performance was turned into one that emphasized making use of foreigners. Since we got part 2 for Kairi. Kairi, an excellent prince, albeit protected by a great power. His fondness for new experiments turned the old classes against him, and he became a fugitive. Exposed to wandering, team fortune, world destruction, and environmental change, his mind chose to restructure before it broke. He created shells to hide his personality, and fixed his expression in a smile, but still he presses on. Through his actions, the world's crisis has passed for today, but this is a temporary measure, and its basic fate is unchanged. Go, go, Kairi. Postpone the crisis. Kairi, birthday 4-2. Hobbies, saving the world. Likes, new things, change. Dislikes, useless conflict. Affiliation. E. Ruru 1 and 2. A taster from a water clan that lived near the world center. The clan's job was to warn of disasters in the world by observing water currents. The taster would be isolated in the uppermost stream and taste the water. But one day, bitter water killed most of the clan. Rururu's constitution had changed after years of tasting thick water, and he didn't notice the poison. His life continued just as before, with few changes arising. He found some goldfish, and he sheltered a fleeing red-haired woman for a day, and taught her to fish. Rururu. Birthday, 6/28. Hobbies, fishing for crayfish. Likes hot water, dislikes noise. Kozuyo. The daughter of a ruined family whose status and wealth came from a well of energy. Its value slumped due to E's energy agency, and they went bankrupt. She lost her parents, but ironically kept her house, as the land was now cheap. Kozuyo swore to restore it herself. However, Kozuyo's mind was soon absorbed by the well, until all she did was breathe. The cocoon she formed to protect herself ties her to this world. It is filled with rage, not at her fate, or the energy that toyed with the former borderland owners, but her own impotence. Kozuyo. Birthday, 10/20. Hobbies, searching for rare plants. Likes, cats, rice crackers. Dislikes, foxes, adults. Affiliation, E. An instrument. The soul of a certain performer. He abandoned fame and fortune, choosing freedom and hunger. He and his companions became fugitives, but he was captured the soonest. Follows along behind you, as though it has some regret. Kusagi. His parents gained their status through music, and he too chose that path. His talents were recognized, but one day something felt wrong. He was not creating, only killing himself to fulfill the desires of clients, and being compensated in gold. He left abruptly on a journey. Birthday, 2/24. Hobbies, outdoor naps. Likes the period after rain. Dislikes weather turning cloudy. Unknown affiliation symbol. It says survive S3 mid-boss. I don't think I need to time it out. Ah. Okay. Affiliation symbol of Ro. One of the worldlets has a cold, harsh environment. They value martial arts and are tempered by the harsh environment, so their individual physical and fighting capabilities are extremely high. Many have wild dispositions, and they tend to be poor at cooperating. We will learn more about tree-covered knee if we destroy 10,000 enemies. Heh heh. And we will learn more about hope-filled Ha if we destroy 100,000 junk pieces? Bullets? Use special 100 times. High scores. I think it might be time to do this. Several of these we can get by just, yeah, stage 2 mid-boss, stage 3 mid-boss. I'll go do those first. There we go. So I just need to not get hit during the mid-boss. That's all it is. I don't think timing it out has anything to do with anything. Yeah, and not use specials. Alright, a question that I think... Another question for the audience to consider. I think we kind of know the answer to this, but maybe the details aren't fully exposed yet. What is a well? Or what is a well as we know it so far? Damn it! The thing in that case. Nah, I don't follow. Oh, well, in that case. You know, I've never actually heard... That's one of those puns that seems like I've somehow never heard, but that feels like a universal pun. Just like, A, I've never heard that. B, how have I never heard that? You know what I mean? Instantly iconic. Feels immediately timeless. Just like that one Blue Sky post from a while ago that was something along the lines of, this topic has actually been discussed at length, you're just 20. It's like, yeah. I've learned something recently. Apparently, by VTuber standards, I am proudly in hag territory. As long as we're talking about ages. Let's go, hag gaming. You know, like an old hag. Apparently the hag cutoff is 30 for VTubers. Bog Witch is a classic, but oh, wait, no. I am a Bog Witch. A witch that is fundamentally the element of a bog. I never thought this day would come when I'd fight you outright like this. I shall come at you with all my power. Okay. Yeah, you get it. I am a witchy bog. That is my hag subclass, I have decided. You were right about everything. If I could redo the last 2 years, could I change fate? That aside, you don't look too good. You alright? Right, I should be using my bombs. Just to make more collection progress, if nothing else. take this week off. We've been living in a well. All of us. You know what I only just now noticed? That artwork isn't just of him wielding his sword. That artwork depicts the exact moment his limb was cut off. There's a white line that crosses over his right arm and crosses over one of his horns, and both of them are severed. I only just noticed that. Yeah, see? This is a lot simpler than I thought it was. An instrument. The soul of a certain performer. They received life as a man, grew up as a woman, and lived as both. They earned a daily income through performing and their lovely voice, which had the power of both sexes. Follows along behind you, as though they feel some kind of regret. So, I had mentioned this kind of... This is Shiho. That's Shiho's instrument. And a nice resource for learning more about the setting of this game and just a few questions you may have. There is a semi-official, I don't know if you can really call it truly official, but a Steam guide for this game that is guidance and notes and translator's notes from the official translator to English. And then one point that he was very clear on, well, one point they were very clear on is I double and triple checked with Tetsu to make sure that all the pronoun uses were correct. So, as much as I hesitate to once again read Shiho's description, I do want to, for the sake of noting the pronouns. Shiho's poor parents raised him as a girl to keep him from becoming a specimen for Ni's experiments. Before the lie reached its limits, Shiho destroyed his own testes and passed the inspection safely. But later girls were targeted as specimens too, and Shiho fled. And then later, sometime before or after death, the soul of a certain performer. They received life as a man, grew up as a woman, and lived as both. They earned a daily income through performing in their lovely voice, which had the power of both sexes. Follows along behind you as though they feel some kind of regret. Which puts the character in a similar ballpark as Bridget, where due to extraneous factors they had to forcibly be raised as the opposite gender that they were born as, or with the opposite gender standards for their culture, and then ultimately decided that it was a better fit anyway. Or at least an acceptable one. Stage 3 mid-boss unharmed. Yes, that's a little bit of Guilty Gear Strive spoilers to some degree, but something like the place where Bridget grew up, the view was, if you, what was it? If you have twin boys, it's considered a sign of horrible luck. And so they didn't want to, they basically kept it hidden and raised Bridget as a girl. And then the story mode for, and so ultimately Bridget decided, I'm going to become a bounty hunter and bring my town immense wealth. That way we can dismiss this rumor forever. And then later on, the plot line of, hey, I screwed up. The plot line of Strive is Bridget gradually coming to terms with, no, I do actually want to be a girl. It was actually kind of joked about that Bridget's design in Guilty Gear Strive was supposed to be kind of like reminiscent of Dysphoria hoodie. And then it turns out that's pretty much actually what the design document was for it. All of this is kind of half remembered, so take it with a bit of a grain of salt, but nonetheless, I believe the overarching stuff that I brought up is mostly accurate. I know that Bridget, at the end of her storyline in Strive, says to Goldlow Dickinson, I am a girl. Conley, not familiar with the concept? There, that should... Yep. I had a Dysphoria hoodie era. Hi, yes, hello, I'm transfemme. Vaguely gender-neutral, bulky clothing that hides body shape and also has a hood so you can kind of hide your face as well. I don't know if I have to completely clear the level as well after doing the survive the pattern, but I might as well. One, because why not, and two, because we're destroying fundament blocks and we're defeating enemies, and so we're making progress toward those. And Satsuki doesn't appear this time. Do you think each stage takes place in a different worldlet? That's a fun idea. I wonder if that's determinable simply by reading the descriptions of the... just reading the level descriptions. Why wouldn't I accept the duel? Duel everyone every day. Genuinely really happy that there's a solid portion of trans folk that tune into my streams. Love y'all. I've mentioned before, I really feel like I have the best community in the world. Yo. Floundering in agony. Fish pun. I wonder if that was a fish pun in the original too. Bah. Bah. I'm glad I've succeeded at that. Hey! Also, hey! Did I take damage? Special move. Release stored up fundamental energy all at once. How to use. Hold down the special move button for a certain amount of time, then release it! Thanks, game! Very timely, very useful. Stage 3 mid-boss unharmed. Must have taken damage like immediately before or after. Or I was so deep in the zone that I completely forgot that I was supposed to be doing that. You know, that's probably what got me. I probably got hit by the waterfall while the boss was spawning in, and that's why it didn't count. Sent me a pic? Of course he did. VTubing is a career that makes you say lots of weird phrases, and it also is a career that makes a lot of weird art appear of you. Oh. It's the mid-boss specifically that I need to do hitless. Which is that instrument that I just quit out of the fight of. Speaking of weird art, I'm vaguely working on something. I've had a few concepts that have been cooking in my mind for years now. And essentially I got the realization that what if I mixed the two disparate ideas I had and make them both part of the same thing? I had a concept for one thing, I had a concept for a story with a different thing in it, and I sort of went, why not have both of those be part of the same thing? Okay, good so far. Cool. Did it. I suppose I shouldn't really be surprised that folks are extremely pro weird art in this channel, considering that that's like the cornerstone of what I built my channel on. Weird art is why we are here. I made a couple of things. I made one time a 3D model of Cassidy from Bad Game Hall of Fame holding up the Trans Pride flag. I like working in low poly 3D models, and I was really happy with my first attempt at doing an actual human figure. Oh hey! This is the way I'm going. Me too, me too. Don't hang around. I thought I told you that. Got it. Let's get married. I'm going to kill you. Ah, yes, I also did a 3D model of of A Wanderai from For Me World. So I think I figured out what makes Satsuki appear. Go through the entire level hitless. Just interrupted his ass. Ah, yes, I recall that. I remember seeing a work in progress of your moth character. The Satsuki appearing thing is a separate thing. And it's something that I do not know the conditions for. But the actual objective that I was working on is the mid-boss thing. Satsuki appearing and talking to you is just an oddity that I haven't fully figured out to this day. At this point, I'm just going on a high score. I'm trying to get a high score against this clown. Gotta let supplies build up. And... there. See ya, nerd. Oh yeah, Chalk. No We Too Love 2, we have actually streamed here. An instrument. The soul of a certain performer. This genius artist realized that she could not surpass her own past images, and exchanged her breast for an instrument after hearing a performance in a corner of town. Follows along behind you, as though it has some regret. High score stage 2, high score stage 5, high score stage 6. Bunch of duels. I think it's time. Rinko must die. That strategy only works as Satsuki. Good to know. Decent condition. You're late. Now, shall we perform? Die. Can't waste any more time. There. Defeating you when you're injured would be boring. Use this. Ugh. Something tells me we don't got this one. Ha! The more meaningless a battle is, the more exciting it is. The less menacing. Have I seen that sword somewhere? If you can beat me, I'll give it to you. Come at me straight on. Fumbled reading that. My bad. I'll be able to see it next attempt. I mean, no we won't, because I'm absolutely going to win. Just don't get hit. Bam. Hey! Rainbow colors. There are 4 pieces of music passed down in the 4 worldlets. A brave one, a sorrowful one. The tunes reflect their natures, but there is a shared melody in every song. The quartet wove those together into a single piece. Sister, stop it. Ugh, my brain. Fell for it again, award. Yeah, no. To Another Place is from a game by Sylvie called You Are Such a Soft and Round Kitten. It is the sound effect that it plays every single time you enter a doorway. Every single screen transition in the game is a yelled, sung, "To another place." Sylvie makes many good games. Several of them cute, and a fair number of them extremely difficult platformers for absolute sickos. Like, unfathomably difficult platformers. Sylvie from Sylvie Line. Yes, exactly. That's Sylvie. Yeah, okay. Ooh, that's a good way to handle that. Let the two red turnips converge. I was so obsessed with killing them as fast as possible because they're on screen for such a short amount of time, but if I actually wait just a little bit, makes it a fair bit easier. Okay, next one I need to kill. Got him. Nice. It's beautiful screen clear. Sylvie's favorite game is Void Stranger. And you know what, Sylvie? Gotta agree. Void Stranger is just absolutely unbelievable. You're late. Now, shall we perform? Doing good. Defeating you when you're injured would be boring. Use this. Yeah, that's how that's supposed to go. No. Oh, that was too close. The more meaningless a battle is, the more excited I get. The less meaning, the better. Have I seen that sword somewhere? If you can beat me, I'll give it to you. Come at me straight on. It really is good to have a one-on-one with nobody else around, but what's the matter? You seem lackluster. You mustn't dwell on your failures. A battle is a series of mistakes. Being flawless is not a requirement to win. I've heard that 101 times. Didn't like the position I was in. That said, I might have put myself in a worse position here. Oh, almost timed out. Close. Very close. Tree-covered knee. A worldlet full of rugged forests and diverse creatures. Lately they have been creating bioweapons to oppose their growing enemies. Those who enter heedlessly are said to be attacked and killed by small blood-sucking weapons, so little is known of its interior. Yep, that's definitely way easier. Good clear. Okay. You're late. Now, shall we perform? Ooh, that was real scary. This isn't okay. Okay. Defeating you when you're injured would be boring. Use this. Gonna Time out. Lost via resource management. Ah. Come on. Seriously got turnip kicked. That'll work. I have an idea. I screwed it up. You're late. Now, shall we perform? Eh. If there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I'm relentless. That was some beautiful timing. I intentionally I saw that the yellow triangle was spawning in, so I intentionally delayed a bit. Boy, howdy did it just barely work. You're late. Now, shall we perform? Really don't want to use a bomb on this one. Okay. Okay. Pretty decent condition. And we got a lot of stuff piled up dead center. Used for what's coming up here. Feeding you while you're injured would be boring. Use this. Good. Keeping lots of stuff in reserve. I don't want to spend too much of it. There. Good. The more meaningless a battle is, the more excited I get. The less meaning, the better. Have I seen that sword somewhere? If you can beat me, I'll give it to you. Come at me straight on. It really is good to have a one-on-one with nobody else around. But what's the matter? You seem lackluster. You mustn't dwell on your failures. A battle is a series of mistakes. Being flawless is not a requirement to win. I've heard that 101 times. Oh, that was very scary. Speaking of being very scared. Ooh. Speaking of being supremely, incredibly turbo scared. Oh. Ugh. Yep. Oh god, did I never bring that up? Yes, the way you do damage to bosses is by eating their bullets. Fell for it again. You can directly shoot bosses, and it does help. And there's some patterns where that's genuinely a good tactic. But your primary damage source is building up fundament blocks and reflecting enemy projectile. Don't like that. Wow, I dodged it. You're late. Now, shall we perform? Murasaki's doing well in that pattern, but needs must. Giving my sister a hug. Feeding you when you're injured would be boring. Use this. Oh, that was not good. Add to. Timer. The more meaningless a battle is, the more excited I get. The less meaning, the better. Have I seen that sword somewhere? If you can beat me, I'll give it to you. Come at me straight on. Oh my god. It really is good to have it one-on-one with nobody else around, but what's the matter? You seem lackluster. You mustn't dwell on your failures. A battle is a series of mistakes. Being flawless is not a requirement to win. I've heard that 101 times. Sucks how bullets can spawn on you, even when you're in your bomb dome. Again. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. That's not how we do it. Did I mention that this is hard? Because it's hard. Being this as Kyrie is real difficult. Being it as Satsuki is difficult enough, but the truth of the matter is, at least in Murasaki, Kyrie is a fair bit weaker. Cool, just ate like 17 bullets. 18. How are you not dead? You're late. Now, shall we perform? Really need to remember after shotgun, get in the corner. I forget literally every time. That was sketch, but worked. That was also very sketch. Half health, 5 bombs. Mid. Defeating you when you're injured would be boring. Use this. You really had to spawn 2 of them on top of me. Really, Rinko? Getting scared about time. Okay. I will say, Kairi has this over Satsuki. That strategy only works as Kairi. Why do I ever even try on this pattern? It doesn't work. The more meaningless a battle is, the more excited I get. The less meaning, the better. Have I seen that sword somewhere? If you beat me, I'll give it to you. Come at me straight on. Thanks, lag. really is good to have a one-on-one with nobody else around. But what's the matter? You seem lackluster. You mustn't dwell on your failures. A battle is a series of mistakes. Being flawless is not a requirement to win. I've heard that 101 times. Why are you not dead? I can do those ladder segments very well, I'm just not entering those fights with any health. I keep entering in critical condition, and that's where the problem lies. After Rinko's shotgun pattern, move to a corner. After Rinko's shotgun pattern, move to a corner. After Rinko's shotgun pattern, move to a corner. If I say it out loud, maybe I'll actually remember. Maybe. What am I gonna do when I see Rinko's shotgun pattern? I'm going to move to the corner. you're late. Now, shall we perform? Nice. Hey, it's the shotgun pattern. I wonder what I should do after this. There. There. Thank you for the wonderful memnotic. It worked. Defeating you when you're injured would be boring. Use this. Okay, good. The more meaningless a battle is, the more excited I get. The less meaning, the better. Have I seen that sword somewhere? If you can beat me, I'll give it to you. Come at me straight on. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. It really is good to have a one-on-one with nobody else around. But what's the matter? You seem lackluster. You mustn't dwell on your failures. A battle is a series of mistakes. Being flawless is not a requirement to win. I've heard that 101 times. Oh! Do or die. Those are the eyes of one who has lost many times. When I look at you, I understand. Defeat strengthens people. Now come, make me stronger. Hope-filled Ha. One of the worldlets, ruled by a kind-hearted queen. They specialize in moving together under a single command, but are poor at strategy, and E has been encroaching upon them in recent years. Many of them dream of flying. Made the realization that I should dodge left there, that way I'm underneath these guys. It's the little optimizations that add up until you finally get a victory. Hope-pilled Ha. Okay. I will get this. Hey, June. Oh, right. Sorry, I had forgotten that Bjarkenfork was the name that you were on Twitch as. Thanks as well for your contributions. I love indie games. I don't think this run's going anywhere. I was entering in critical condition. Okay, I want to veer from the left to the right. That way they don't block off the center like that. Missed the timing, but the strategy is sound. For those just arriving, I am doing a super challenge as the weaker of the two characters. There we go, that's what I'd like to see. I've gotten to the final attack pattern. Okay. Nice full clear. There, that's how that's supposed to go. You're late. Now, shall we perform? Not the cleanest, but hey, it's a shotgun pattern. I wonder what I should do after it. Corner. Okay. Corner. Corner. Corner-ish. Makes it so much easier. Don't need to waste all those triangles. Delay. 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 Cool. Built up some supplies. Dash delay. Defeating you when you're injured would be boring. Use this. Nice. That went real smooth. That a little bit less, but not too bad. Running out of time. Oh! That was not a timeout. The more meaningless a battle is, the more excited I get. The less meaning, the better. Have I seen that sword somewhere? If you can beat me, I'll give it to you. Come at me straight on. Got a, frankly, obscenely large reserve over there. It really is good to have a one-on-one with nobody else around, but what's the matter? You seem lackluster. You mustn't dwell on your failures. A battle is a series of mistakes. Being flawless is not a requirement to win. I've heard that 101 times. Econ is so vital in this. Only gotta win once. Of course, I said that the last time I streamed this game. Good. Still got him. You're late. Now, shall we perform? What comes after the shotgun? The corner. Okay. Good enough. Nothing is bouncing the way I want it to. I got failed bounces on like 5 blocks consecutively there. That was nightmarish. Ugh. For that pattern, all I need is 2 explosions to hit the bullets. The bullets are yellow armor, so it's only 2 hits. And I just could not get even that to happen. Gonna be here all night if I have to. I have all the fundamental aspects sorted. I largely know what I'm doing for each pattern. Yeah, no, fire. Ooh, that was a beautiful shot. You're late. Now, shall we perform? Oh, didn't expect that big of a chain from that one. Shotgun blast. I should go into the corner. Good. Good. Early. Man, I can't be mental fading. I've got work to do. Feeding you when you're injured would be boring. Use this. Wait, did she even give me a health? Did it, like, not spawn because I was overlapping her, or was my health lower? Someone check the tape. Need to know if I'm being frauded. She did give me health, okay. Damn, I was really low then. Oh my god. The more meaningless a battle is, the more excited I get. The less meaning, the better. Have I seen that sword somewhere? If you can beat me, I'll give it to you. Come at me straight on. More resource burn than I would have liked. Yeep. It's already over, so... This pancake looking like nothing, Ronaldo. This is the one, by the way. Just for the record, this is the one where I win. Damn it, I didn't want to burn all those. perfect timing. You're late. Now, shall we perform? A shotgun. The corner. Defeating you when you're injured would be boring. Use this. I don't think I realized that she moves over to you for that pattern. You know what? It worked. The more meaningless a battle is, the more excited I get. The less meaning, the better. Have I seen that sword somewhere? If you can beat me, I'll give it to you. Come at me straight on. Ooh. really is good to have a one-on-one with nobody else around, but what's the matter? You seem lackluster. You mustn't dwell on your failures. A battle is a series of mistakes. Being flawless is not a requirement to win. I've heard that 101 times. Isn't over till it's over. No. No. No, 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 no. No. Not like this. Not like this. Timeout. This is the one where I win with all duels. This one referring to, of course, when I actually reach Rinko. Deep focus. That was interesting. Let resources build. You're late. Now, shall we perform? Shotgun. Corner. Lots of center build up. Excellent. Defeating you while you're injured would be boring. Use this. Got my head a little bit there. Deeply unfortunate. The more meaningless a battle is, the more excited I get. The less meaning, the better. Have I seen that sword somewhere? If you can beat me, I'll give it to you. Come at me straight on. Tantrum pattern. Prep a bomb after the tantrum pattern while the tantrum pattern's ending. You always want to bomb the next pattern, Moo. As soon as you complete this one, bomb. Got you. It really is good to have a one-on-one with nobody else around, but what's the matter? You seem lackluster. You mustn't dwell on your failures. A battle is a series of mistakes. Being flawless is not a requirement to win. I've heard that 101 times. God, that would have been an embarrassing way to go. That is. I'm so close every single time. I had a bomb available, and the next pattern was the last, which I could have bombed through. If I had survived that pattern, I would have been good. Madness is overtaking me. At this point, I'm thinking I will need to do an episode 3 of Murasaki, because when I have a VOD of this, I don't want... Me beating Rinko should absolutely be the end of the stream. And... I don't particularly want to have to do Dream and collection menu hunting after finishing this. So we're getting the 3rd episode of this. And then after that, we'll move on to Murasaki 2. Murasaki Tsurugi, rather. No, everything's always archived. I guess every block in the world is on the left side. You're late. Now, shall we perform? Shotgun blast. Means it's corner time. So that's how that's supposed to go. So I'm not going to stand directly next to her, because I get way too into my own head about whether she actually gave me health or not. Defeating you when you're injured would be boring. Use this. Good, saved a bomb on that one. Annoying amount of blocks blocking my way. Big hit. The more meaningless a battle is, the more excited I get. The less meaning, the better. Have I seen that sword somewhere? If you can beat me, I'll give it to you. Come at me straight on. Okay, tantrum pattern. Prep a bomb once this parent finishes, and then smash her in the face with it. That's unfortunate. Might still work. Not perfect, but it helped. It worked. It really is good to have a one-on-one with nobody else around, but what's the matter? You seem lackluster. You mustn't dwell on your failures. A battle is a series of mistakes. Being flawless is not a requirement to win. I've heard that 101 times. No fooling around. Those are the eyes of someone who has lost many times. When I look at you, I understand. Defeat strengthens people. Now come, make me stronger. Splendid, Kairi. But don't forget this. Your journey has only just begun. Thank you, sister. Okay, for real this time. Never doing that again. Acquired Rinko. She behaved as a well-mannered princess, but loved life and death battles. However, she rarely encountered such fights in her position. Even if she set one up, no opponent would face her at full force. Her explosive, dissatisfied urges often turned to her little brother. She was released from her position when the Order of the World collapsed, and spent each day in the serious battles she had wished for, winning her way up her ranking of strong people. Her power is sealed in her hair ornaments to make fights more enthralling. Birthday, 6/26. Hobbies, imitations. Likes, black and white things, mandarins, the Kokai Ryuto. She found it. Dislikes, easy shortcuts. The Kokai Ryuto, huh? Haiga. He survived on the Boar of Ro, storing up power. Leading an elite team and wielding the Kokai Ryuto, he attacked the pillar at the center of the world. But on their way there, they were bitten by a dog and scattered. And in the midst of this, who should appear but... When Haiga lost his arm, Rinko grabbed his sword. Sister, stop it. Ugh, my brain. Rin is my proud older sister, and everyone admires her. Their admiration is limited to gazing from afar. So, next time I achieve these 4 things, earn points in Dream, get a couple high scores in a couple stages as Satsuki, and a couple as Kairi. And then we will see the final secret that Murasaki has. One last cutscene, one last bonus thing that the game has to show you. One last twist from this game in which 0 narrators are reliable. The secretest of secrets. I have been going forever. Do I have anyone I know that's even still streaming?
To another place.
Shark Dick is playing Gex. Oh my god, Shark Dick is playing Gex on the Game Boy Advance? Is that what this is? Anyway. Tell Shark Dick that the slime sent you, and or I succeeded in defeating one of the hardest bosses I have ever faced in a video game. Till next time, friends.